Hello and welcome to UFPTC. My name is NapalmF. Today we're going to be talking about reconnaissance and Google. I talked a bit about recon and how fucking boring it is, but today we're actually going to be talking about what reconnaissance is and what we're going to be looking for. I mentioned before that recon is just the act of getting tons and tons of information on your targets, so that way you can make better decisions in the long run. And it is one of the most important things you will learn as a pen tester, even though it is boring as fuck. So strap in and get ready to learn some very boring but useful shit. So first off, we need to think about what we're looking for here. When we get on, when we have a target, we say, okay, I want to attack Sony.com, I want to attack Google.com. We need to do a certain amount of things to kind of ready ourselves for the attack. First off, we need to find out, about their employees and company policies. Get their names, addresses, websites, phone numbers, affiliates, sitemaps. Any information is important. And you know what? I can tell a couple stories right now of social engineering stories I've heard over the years of people being able to use this information to actually get full compromises through social engineering attacks. So if you think that this information is just going to be useless to you, just chances are you're completely wrong. You can probably use a good amount of what you have to actually break into the network just by talking to people. Social engineering is a pretty interesting section. So here's a quick little story about actually the affiliates portion of this and why you should always find the affiliates of targets that you're interested in. So there's this story I heard at a hacking con. I was watching it on a web, and I can't remember which one it was. But this guy was talking about how he got contracted to try to social engineer a company, and this company had really good policies. He said that he was finding it hard to break in. They had like code words, and it was hard to get. It was actually really hard to get in. And so he figured out, though, that this company had another affiliate company that worked under it. And this company was constantly calling the other company needing stuff. And this affiliate company didn't have as great social engineering policies as this other company, because I guess this other company had gotten compromised in the past. So what this guy did was he went through the affiliates and actually basically used the affiliates to get at the main company, because the main company won't question the affiliate, but they will question somebody just randomly calling them on a different line. So this guy actually got a full compromise by going through this affiliate company. So the thing is even though the target that you are looking at the moment might seem insurmountable, chances are there's always a chink in the armor. You can always squeeze through in one way, and affiliates are a great way to do it. So the second thing I want to talk about is actually Google, and I'm going to actually change my page to Google real quick, just so we can kind of talk about it real quick. So Google is pretty much one of the oops, that's weird. Google doesn't want to load. Why not? There we go. So Google is one of the most important tools we'll have as a pen tester, because it basically Google crawls every web page across the internet, whether the web admin wants it to or not. Unless it's actually if a new web admin, a fresh web admin, fresh off the boat, forgets to set up the robot.txt or tons of other things, that is just asking to get compromised. And so we're not going to take a look at this in this session. We're actually going to look at it more next session. But I just want to talk about some of the things that Google can help you find. For instance, we'll talk about some of these in later, but you can find SQL injections through Google, and that's a very common way to find compromised sites. So chances are, if you own a website, you need to do a little research into some of these, which again we'll be talking about them in a later chapter. SQL dumps. There are admins who dump all their SQL tables to a public place where people can actually access them, or they put them up and to be downloaded once and forget about them, and then they get crawled by Google, and now Google can find those SQL jumps, and then if Google can find it, someone else can find it. Because of this, we hit a lot of kind of interesting, pieces of information. Some of the stuff you can find through Google can lead to full compromises. I mean, you can find things like fresh installs, people who haven't set up their installs properly yet and are still on the default passwords. Default stupid shit like that, and that's what leads to these compromises. So even though reconnaissance is going to be the most boring, probably unrewarding portion of it, immediately in the long run, again, you will be seeing a great return on your investment in being able to be prepared and walk into a network knowing a ton more than you would have if you walked in blind. The backtrack motto is, the quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. So just think about that. Again, thank you for watching, and please comment, rate, like, and subscribe. Again, any feedback is appreciated.